Hey, it's Robert from fretDrills. All right, let's go play our very first game. From fretDrills.com, click the Apps button, which brings us to the interactive table of contents. The very first chapter of fretDrills is memorizing the notes on the guitar fretboard. The very first section is called The Essentials. Let's click this link, which is the very first lesson page of fretDrills. Here we have the lesson page for the notes of the A minor pentatonic scale on the low E string. When you start a new lesson page, there's one thing that you should always do first. Go find the repeat interval bookmark and set it for 1 day. I'll explain more later. Okay, let's click the mobile icon to get started with the mobile game. Now we have two choices. The first is study mode, and the second is time trial mode. Let's start with time trial mode. Note that I've already played the game once, so I've already recorded a personal record. As I go along, pay attention to the indicators on the left of the fretboard. This dark green bar is a progress bar, so it basically shows you how many more questions that you have left. And this light green and red bar, this is you racing against your personal record. So if you're ahead of your personal record, it pushes you into the green. If you're behind your personal record, you'll fall below into the red. Okay, let's start the time trial. So E, that's G, that's a D. Oh, so notice the green bar, I'm ahead of the previous personal record. So I set a personal record before that was kind of, slow so we could demonstrate this. All right, now that I've been talking, let's see if I've fallen behind. So here's A. Oh, I've fallen behind. Let's see if I can catch up a little bit. G. Now notice the piano keyboard has disappeared and we have this series of numbers. Well, it's asking us a different type of question now. So it's saying, given the E string here, which fret number is the note C on? So these numbers are basically the fret numbers on a fretboard. All right, so C is on 8, D is on 10, G is on 3, and so on. You get the idea. So I'm just going to stop this game here. But if you were to go all the way to completion and refresh the page, it would update this table with your new stats. All right, let's take a quick peek at the interactive table of contents. So we'll click the Apps button here. And do you remember, let's go back. Do you remember that repeat interval bookmark that we set here? So the repeat interval bookmark was set for 1 day. If it's been more than a day since that's been played, it would notify you up here that it's overdue. And items that are nearly due, they're due within like the next 12 hours or something like that. So if you go to the drop-down menu, you can sort by overdue items. You can sort by nearly due items. You can also sort by different statistics. So one thing that I often do is I'll sort my personal records from worst on the top to best. So that gives you an idea of where you're underperforming and where you should focus more of your energy. So if we do that, I played 1 game previously, so I only have 1 game showing up here. But basically it shows you that it was a mobile game. The repeat interval bookmark was set for 1 day, and it gives you the link so you can jump right to the lesson page and go play it. There will be more on how the interactive table of contents works with sorting stats and stuff like that in a later video. All right, that was time trial mode of the mobile game. Let's compare that to study mode. So we'll click the mobile icon. This icon is for study mode. So study mode is not timed and does not record stats, but it provides you with hints to ease you into the material. Let's start and observe the journey that it takes us on. Let's click the icon. First, notice how all of the notes of the lesson are shown except for the specific question at hand. Let's answer a couple of questions. All right, so that's a C, that's an A, that's a G, and that's an A. So another hint is something that's not even presented on the screen. That sequence of notes is the same sequence as one of the licks in the lick looper that we'll get to later. Continuing, that's C, A, Now we've moved beyond the lick looper sequences and the notes are randomized. So we're starting the shuffle here. So these are in a random order: C, E, A, G. Now we've lost one of our hints. So the note names are no longer displayed, but the lesson footprint remains, the footprint of the A minor pentatonic scale. Now, so this is A, that's D. Now if I answer something incorrectly, notice what happens. So that's G, but I'm going to call it a D. The hints of the note names come back. All right, continuing. So that's G, C. All right, now I've gotten to the point where there are no hints. So that's a D, that's a G, but if I answer something incorrectly, I'm just going to call this C a G. It provides the last level of hints, so the hint footprint reappears. All right, you get the idea. I'm just going to quit out of this. So with study mode, fretDrills doesn't just quiz you, it teaches you. While the Lick Looper and Guitar Interactive will require you to use your guitar, the benefit of mobile is that you can continue your lesson even while you're out and about. So I've got to come clean to you. I misled you about one thing in this video. But I'll clear it up in the next video. Click here to watch the demonstration of the Lick Looper.